My message goes to some of you who have collected money to stop Simon Ekpa. Utale na-abịa n'azụ gị. Ọ bụrụkwa mụ na-apịa. Ọ bụrụkwa mụ na-apịa. Ọ bụrụkwa mụ na-apịa. Ọkwa Chineke na-apịa. Ọwụọ gị ya n'azụ. Ọ bụrụkwa mụ na-apịa. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa. Ana m apịa ka ụtalị a. Ụtalị a na-agaghị apịa unu kịta. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa. Ndị nnatala ego to sell Simon Ekpa. Ụtalị na-abịa. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa. Makana a lot of you respect it. A lot of you ụtara ahụmago gị n'azụ. Ọ bụrụkwa mụ na-apịa. Biko apịa gị ya ịkpọba Chukwu. Okay? Kpọba Jizọs. Kpọba Chineke ndị Biafra. Na ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa. Kpọzịba Simon Ekpa biko. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-apịa.
Independence right in Finland, and Simon was not there. So it's not about Simon, it is about people.
Okay, you see why I like to send you voice notes? Because you are sounding like somebody that didn't have any knowledge of argument. Educated argument. You have to listen to me. Okay? Maybe not sure he can mega address that time. Maybe voice note mega address. Listen. In our junior Ngozi Orabueze opportunity to cancel fundraising. He had the opportunity to declare Biafra in Finland. Every power that she exercises was given to her by the Biafran people who elected our Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister made him the Chief of Staff. By the virtue of that office, she stands the opportunity to take over from the Prime Minister should anything happen to him. Whether he is in jail, whether he is dead, whether anything happens to him, the first person that Biafrans will rally around will be the Chief of Staff. That is the natural running of government. I know you have people who have experience in whatever you people are doing. Tell them to tell you the truth if you don't know, okay? Don't be calling everybody and be talking like this. The power was given to her by the Biafran people. We just finished conversion. Biafrans needed that moment to recover because it's money that we're going to pay. People needed to come home, settle down, and then take a fresh breath and then come out and do fundraising. You didn't come out to do fundraising because you wanted to help. You came out to do fundraising because you needed to use it to mobilize support. And that is exactly what you did. That is the same lie you lied to men on ground. You lied to them, and you know it, Oge Nkere. Stop running your mouth like this. Look, I'm not the type of person you will call. I have told you before, whenever you call me, jot down your points. Don't just come here and be running from east to the west. That's not how I roll. I know my onions. If you need education about how to run government, you can call on me, okay? We have Prime Minister. We do not have elected of officials. We don't have Senate. We don't have House of Assembly. We don't have honorable members. We only have elected Prime Minister, which is unicameral system. That's what we have. The Prime Minister has selected people who will work with him. Those people he will mobilize so that they will vote during cabinet meetings. Okay? The same cabinet meeting that dissolved CRC. Cabinet dissolved CRC. Are you not aware of that? You think this is bucket women? If you go to court, you may go to jail. I'm telling you, if they said from this, if you want to call me, get your points right. Okay? Biafran people get her right to cancel fundraising and put it next time. The one he may be organized. You do this, everything you. Prime Minister selected you to be his finance minister. So you're working for him. You owe it to him to come up with some good ways of raising money. That's why you're finance minister. So when you come up with some kind of ingenuity that will be helpful and he adopts it, that doesn't mean that you are making that authority. No, that authority is still Prime Minister's authority. And whenever the Prime Minister is not there, the Chief of Staff will be next in that chain of command, not you. You are just a finance minister. Even when it comes to chain of command, you don't even come before defense. Okay? Go and sit down. Ask people who know if you don't know. You want to blank up the tie in Biafra and think we will sit around and watch you? You are getting some people angry. We are just keeping quiet though, because I'm a Undi Igbo. And I am really Igbo now. You are winning. I'm sorry for you. People are deceiving you. If I don't want to walk somewhere and then push you and you destroy Biafra, you cannot destroy Biafra. Let me tell you right now. We are in this struggle. We are keeping quiet doesn't mean that we don't know anything. What's wrong with you? Look at it here. You're not doing any authority. Now if you need more authority, you can form more government. Who gave you the authority? The CRC for you. CRC was dissolved. It was dissolved by duly constituted Biafra Republic government in exile cabinet. Okay? They were dissolved. Was it reconstituted by who and when? You went and you called them because they are your courts and they did some kind of backyard election. Exactly. Call your name and you think, hey, look, let me also warn you. You see that lobbyist? When you go to jail, he will not go to jail with you. Yeah, he's pushing you. He will get down. You're not trogash. Oh, then don't you mislead in the African ball. It's serious when you're Biafra. You have to be serious. It doesn't matter who is leading. You keep supporting with everything in you to make sure that you're Biafra. He have to destroy. That's what we are doing. To tear everywhere down. You better tell him to do so. Nobody's after him. Okay? We want everybody to leave and go inside Biafra together. Stop threatening people. Biafra has a lot of people who are willing and ready to fight for Biafra. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. You call me here, many go there. See, why are you running away? Because you don't want to hear the truth. So people are around and don't go shash. On social media. Somebody now whatever program on them. Now so I be done. I got a family don't matter. Now look at what the Biafra is saying. People who are fighting for Biafra. How do we know that they will go to have Maybe man will keep a platform nonsense like this. Now I don't buy individual questions. What is happening? This is too appalling. We cannot continue like this. Whether you like it or not, Biafra will come. But I'm telling you, desist from this. I'm not going to USA here. Don't think that you are doing this thing that we're going to keep quiet. Time I hear you, I swear to God. Time I hear okay, no problem. Go ahead and keep doing the same thing.
Wow. Oh my God. My people. Lord have mercy. Our Biafran US veterans, they are speaking. They have come out to speak. The Biafran men who were there for America at a time of war, they have come out to speak on the affairs of Biafra. Fellow Biafrans, I will take my time on this one. No. I will take my time on this one. I will have to break it down, line for line, word for word. And I hope that way it will sink into your mind. It will marinate into your mind, body, and soul. I will have to decode this one and break it down for the naysayers, for those who pretend they don't understand what is going on, for those who pretend as if they are deaf, dumb, and blind, the dead bones, the dry bones. Today, they will rise up. As it was said in your Bible, dead bones must rise again. Fellow Biafrans, if you are ready, follow me in this journey. Follow me. Follow who know road in this one. My people, if you are ready, let's break it down. I will start from the great speech given by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze while we were all in Finland at the convention. While she was making the speech, everyone there was screaming, "She is our COS. Tell them your title. Let them know. Let the media know that you are the COS." when the Finnish media was asking her, what's your name? What's your name? And she told them. The Biafrans said, no. Also tell them your title. Let them know who you are. We spoke under one voice. We loved it when she told them, I am Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Chief of Staff of Biafra. We all loved it. Funny enough, there was somebody who was not there. Now my third eye is popping. Funny enough, when we went to the rally in Finland, Oge Nkere was not there. Funny enough, now my third eye is popping. Funny enough, in the videos we saw, we didn't see the man called Oge Nkere at the rally. If somebody else can prove me wrong, bring a video out. While we were having the convention and we went out in the snow. We were there in the snow, doing our rally for Simon Ekpa, to release Simon Ekpa, and the media came, the press people came. Oge Nkere was nowhere to be found. The person who spoke on behalf of the Biafrans was Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and we all loved it. We were happy about it. We felt proud when she was speaking truth to power to the Finnish media. So because of that, I will start from that perspective. You see me, I don't make mistakes. I don't forget things. I saw how we loved her when she was speaking on behalf of Mazi Ekpa, Simon and Joko. Fellow Biafrans, follow who know road. I don't make mistake. And perhaps to prove to you all that I'm the type that can predict the future with analysis, not as a pastor, not as a preacher, not as a 419 evangelist, as those your criminal pastors are doing in that so-called Nigeria. I will use logic. The same thing they do, but they pretend God told them this, God told them that. They read from somewhere, they read someone else's analysis, and they use it to say, God has told me. This will happen, that will happen. 419 pastors bringing in women to claim that God has blessed them with a 30 million naira house. You guys should disgust me. You should bury your head in shame. All you pastors in that zoo called Nigeria. But let me fall back. Today is not the day for the pastors, the so-called men of God in that zoo. I call them men of mammon, men of money. They love money more than their lives. But perhaps I will come with a new perspective where I will put it to test for you all to see. I will come with a countdown on the time that Simon Ekpa will be released. Based on the analysis, based on the data we have, based on the timeline that Finland has to deal with Simon Ekpa in that so-called case. I will come with a series of video and I'll be counting down the days to the release of Simon Ekpa. And within those days, Simon Ekpa will be released. Some of you, when you watch it, you will call me a man of God. You will call me a prophet. No. I am far from that. I am just someone who uses logic. Someone who believes in basic principles. That's who I am. Hence, in the case of Simon Ekpa, I am sticking with the structure laid down by Simon Ekpa because I believe in basic principles. That's who I am, my people. Before I start this video, we must understand in every government, you must have a framework you are working with. In anything you are doing, any organization, you must have a framework you are working with. And everybody within that organization is bound to that framework. It is binding. You cannot work beyond the scope of the framework. Do your research. Some of you will not understand because in that zoo called Nigeria, even your president don't understand how to use framework within the government. It is alien to them. All they do is do yes man and yes sir. Do your research. Go to Google. I keep telling you, Google is your friend. Some of you are not privy to understand this kind of words we are using. Framework, structure, the policies on ground, the guidance. Guidance will guide you in whatever you are doing. You must follow the guidance. You must be binded by the policies, and you must work under the framework. You guys don't understand me. Let me come with the layman's view before I start this video. Let me come with the layman's view. Say you buy a plot of land. That boundary, when they your plot of land, around that place, that plot, those marks, when they, those markings, now only that place if you build your house. Your neighbor might buy their own plot of land. They will also put the market, the boundary around it. You cannot build your house because you bought the land into the land of your neighbor. You have gone beyond the scope of your land. You must build your house, your mansion, whatever, within your land. That's how a framework is. A framework go tie you down within the surroundings. You can't go beyond it. If you go beyond it, you don't cause trouble. That's a problem, because you have gone beyond the framework. And in the framework designed by Simon Ekpa and his cabinet, there was a deliberate attempt by Simon Ekpa not to have a deputy prime minister. Hence, in the hierarchy, it was Simon Ekpa as the prime minister. The office of the deputy prime minister was vacant. And next to the hierarchy is the chief of staff. After that, there's a scala below the chief of staff, where you have all the ministers, those with portfolio, those without portfolio. When I say portfolio or without portfolio, it means those with office and those without office. What do I mean? Let me break it down. Back then, when you had the briggy, back then, a good example was Sonny Akparawa was the minister for what? Information and I believe communication. And he had a deputy or an assistant, which was Pastor Van Van Van. But Pastor Van 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 does not have an office, a portfolio. The main guy that had an office was Sonny Akparawa. So when we say somebody with portfolio, somebody without portfolio, now you understand what I mean. In the hierarchy, after Simon Ekpa, the next person was Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. She was handling their affairs. We've seen those videos of the meetings, the private meetings. We've seen how herself and Simon Ekpa, they were conducting themselves. There was a mutual understanding, an amicable working environment. There was a synergy in the way they work. There was a complementary effort. I felt good. I felt happy. I can work in that environment where I saw the synergy between our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I felt good about it. I said, okay, this is a working and a healthy working environment. Now I understand why Simon Ekpa made her the chief of staff. Because the partnership was there, the collaboration was there, and the rest. Hence, in the hierarchy, I had to now follow my what? Logic. For the fact Simon Ekpa deliberately did not have a deputy prime minister. For the fact he chose not to have that, it means it was his own intention that should anything happen to him, the person next in command, natural person, is the chief of staff. Even when he was asked by Dr. Damages, that fool, that idiot, that looks like a Fulani stooge, when he was asked, who will be your second in command if you're not around? He was careful and meticulous in his response. Because they didn't have the clarity that they needed. Because Dr. Damages did not catch Simon Ekpa in Siki 1. They now sent Akparawa in a private meeting. We heard the question posed to Simon Ekpa by Sonny Akparawa, where he said, and I quote, "In your absence, who will be the one to manage all this, things within the government?" Simon said, everything will be managed by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. He then further probed him in the question. It means he added an extra layer to the question. Oh, now you are saying that everything will be done by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze if you are not there. So now we know. We didn't know before, but now we know she is the one responsible for everything. You know, in a caricature kind of way, the way he said it, Simon Ekpa was now forced to streamline the activity while they were discussing program. And I said, no, what I mean is, when it comes to the programs, she'll be the one to handle all the affairs. Simon did something great there, but probably he didn't know that those questions were tailor-made. Those were bespoke questions, Oyibo. It means, say, they were deliberate questions to find out indirectly from Simon Ekpa. Say, with the plan we have against you, that when Finland picks you up and lock you somewhere, we want to know who will be the second person to lead. So when they had that taste or that idea that it will be Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, suddenly there was a turmoil within the cabinet that when Simon Ekpa was held by Finland, some of them said we should not go to Finland to redeclare Biafra. Fellow Biafrans, the rest is history. You saw how everything went. And when Dr. Ngozi Orabueze was able to outsmart them by changing the dates of the redeclaration, because there was fire on the mountain. If fire on the mountain day, you will not wait until the fire comes down. No. There's a fire on the mountain. There is danger looming. Hence, she redeclared Biafra on the 29th of November, 2024. Follow who know, my people. At this point, I need to break down this video. I have to break it down. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
Independence right in Finland, and Simon was not there. So it's not about Simon, it is about people.
Okay, you see
Hold it there, my before you go in. She told you all from the beginning. While we're all championing, yes, go my COS, yes, she's the COS, all hail the COS. She told you. We came to Finland to redeclare Biafra. Simon was not amongst us. It's to show you it's not about Simon Ekpa. It is the people. It is the people. Because the hope of Nigeria was that it was all about Simon Ekpa. Take him away and Biafra is dead. Keep him somewhere and there will be chaos, there will be turmoil, there will be rancor across all the files, rank and files, and before you know it, Biafra will be dead. Keep him somewhere, because we have an eye in the government that will create, some chaos and take over the government. And before you know it, Simon Ekpa will lose the war. These were the plans of Nigeria and Finland. But here she made it clear, even though Simon Ekpa is not here with us, we came to Finland, to Latin Finland, and we have redeclared Biafra in the absence of Simon Ekpa. That's to show you it is not about Simon Ekpa, but we, the people of Biafra. At this point, I wanted to now listen to the veteran, the US veteran, where he took Oge Nkere to school. He took him to the cleaners and he lectured him. For those out there who are pretenders, oh my God. So my people, let's break it down. If you're ready, let's go there. Watch this.
I'd like to send you voice notes because you are sounding like somebody that didn't have any knowledge of argument. Educated argument. You have to listen to me. Okay? Maybe not sure mega address that time. Maybe voice note mega address. Listen. In our junior Ngozi Orabueze opportunity to cancel fundraising. He got the opportunity to declare Biafra in Finland.
Boom.
Every power that she exercises was given to her by the Biafran people who elected our Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister made him the Chief of Staff.
God bless you, sir. You are asking now who gave her the power or whatever, authority to be the Deputy Prime Minister. That same question is, who gave her the power and authority to redeclare Biafra? There will be no vacuum. There will be no power vacuum, because Nigeria's plan, oh God, you guys should listen to me. The intention of Nigeria, that satanic country, that devilish country where the old men, they refuse to die. The only country where the so-called men, the political men, their wives die before them. Think about that. All those idiots, their wife die before them. Take it back as far as you want to go. All the so-called presidents, their wife, they die before them, which is kind of strange. You name them now. So that tells you what is going on here, that these guys cannot be trusted. Their intention, their plan is to create a power vacuum. Hence, the people went to Finland in the absence of Simon Ekpa to redeclare Biafra. And from that pose of points, you can tell that the same people gave Dr. Ngozi Orabueze the power to continue in the absence of Simon Ekpa. That's how it is. So don't ask us that how come, well, who gave her the power, the right to be a DPM? Then the question is, who gave her the power and right to go to Finland and redeclare Biafra? There will be no power vacuum. That was the intention of Simon Ekpa. That was the blueprint of Simon Ekpa. And that's the policy guidance, the framework we are working with. The structure laid down by His Excellency Obatobie Wakoma Mazi Ekpa Simon and Joko. Let's continue.
Of that office, she stands the opportunity to take over from the Prime Minister should anything happen to him. Whether he is in jail, whether he is dead, whether anything happens to him, the first person that Biafrans will rally around will be the Chief of Staff. That is the natural running of government. I know you have people who have experience in whatever you people are doing. Tell them to tell you the truth if you don't know, okay? Don't be calling everybody and be talking like this. The power was given to her by the Biafran people. We just finished convention. Biafrans needed that moment to recover, because it's money that we're going to pay. People needed to come home, settle down, and then take a fresh breath, and then come out and do fundraising. You didn't come out to do fundraising because you wanted to help. You came out to do fundraising because you needed to use it to mobilize support. And that is exactly what you did.
God bless you, sir. It is clear that's what he did, because there has been a turmoil at the background all this while. We didn't know. Even though now that we saw those videos at the convention, people were clapping hands. Oge Nkere and his team, they were not clapping hands. Even at the convention, Oge Nkere and his team, they were not clapping hands. It means the war was already on. Adadiolama, at the time when you were climbing on stage, supporting our Deputy Prime Minister, she was in tears. And you were there, you were consoling her. You stood at the pulpit with her. You stood at the podium with her. You were calming her down, and she was able to redeclare Biafra. At that time, Oge Nkere and his men, we saw those videos now, they were not clapping hands. We never knew that the house, the government was divided. We never knew. There was us from the outside. We were happy, clapping hands. Even Van was happy on stage, shouting, all hail Biafra. He was happy because he didn't know what was happening or what was to happen. It was later that he now knew that, oh, okay, Oge Nkere is not with this woman. Because of that, I will support Oge Nkere. You see that? And the reason why some of them, they support Oge Nkere, those in the media, the reason why they support Oge Nkere, to call a spade, when you go back to the story of our brother Ugo 247, that Oge Nkere was coming, giving him some money every month. He was worried about it. saying, if what you are giving me is a salary, I don't want salary in this government. I am a freedom fighter. But if you are coming to bless me once in a while, say, you are doing a good job, hold this 400, buy yourself a new microphone, pay for your software subscription, buy yourself a new laptop. That's different. But if you are giving it the same money every month, I don't want that. Till date, the only person who came out to expose that is our brother, Ugo 247. The others, they pretended. They said they were not earning any salary because officially it wasn't called a salary. There was no paycheck, no pay slips or whatever. So they are boldly saying they were not earning any salary. But there was a problem then. They were not laughing in that convention. They were not clapping in that convention. They were not dancing in that convention. There was no jubilation in that convention from their own camp. Now we know why. But let's continue.
The same lie you lie to men on ground. You lie to them, and you know it, Oge Nkere. Stop running your mouth like this. And look, I'm not the type of person you will call. I have told you before. Whenever you call me, shut down your points. Don't just come here and be running from east to the west. That's not how I roll. I know my onions. If you need education about how to run government, you can call me. Okay,
so it is clear Oge Nkere was behind the scene calling the US veterans, trying to buy them over, trying to woo them to his own camp. But this great man here, I wish I have his name, he was able to counter him, say, no, don't do that. If you don't know how to run a government, come to me and I'll lecture you. I'll teach you how to run a government. Fellow Biafrans, no me talk amo. Before you start saying this boy is a problem, no me talk this one, no. It is coming from a veteran, a Biafran veteran in USA, that Oge Nkere was calling them for a meeting and all those things. And when it was time to ask him some questions, he ran away. Let's continue.
We have prime minister. We do not have elected officials. We don't have Senate. We don't have House of Assembly. We don't have honorable members. We only have elected prime minister, which is unicameral system. That's what we have. The prime minister has selected people who will work with him. Those people he will mobilize so that they will vote during cabinet meetings. Okay? The same cabinet meeting that dissolved CRC. Cabinet dissolved CRC. Are you not aware of that?
Okay.
Do you think this is market women?
They have turned a country, a newly declared country, to Umunna market this meeting. They have turned a country to Umunna Market Square meeting. What a shame. This man made a very good point. The people elected Simon Ekpa as our prime minister. We the people, and Simon Ekpa in turn appointed all his ministers. Because we don't have a Senate yet, House of Rep or Commons yet. So we are running a unicameral, what they call them again, kind of country. So what he said is a good point. But you guys want to pretend as if there was an election where the ministers, they went to campaign and there was a voting, they voted and they won election. No. To call a spade. The real change of office was done, and thank God we saw the video where Simon Ekpa raised up a 4-man committee and they were tasked to come with a restructured cabinet, a restructured Briggy government. They used the word Briggy then because we were still in Briggy when that meeting was going on. But he said, and I mentioned this now, he said, and I quote, "This will now be unveiled immediately." Oh my God. Simon Ekpa, God bless you. Simon Ekpa go bring Biafra, go bring Biafra, oh. All my people, are you ready, yo? Oh. He said immediately. Immediately, Biafra is redeclared. This 4-man committee will now step up and unveil. That's what they do now. If you born Pekin, that child cannot go back to the womb. As you born the Pekin, the doctor and nurse, they will take that Pekin, cut the umbilical cord. Before you know it, they will take the child to the mother. There is now a new member of the family. So you cannot address them again as Briggy, because what he said was immediately this convention is done and Biafra is redeclared, immediately we will now unveil the new structure. And we thank God, the 4-man committee, they were not arrested with Simon Ekpa. That would have been a different discussion. I say, okay, the 4-man committee, they are also in the detention. Then nobody was able to redeclare or, read out what they did. But we thank God, they read it out. They read it out. The 4-man committee, they are still there. They are still alive and well. They are still alive and well. And they carried out their assignment to the T. Because immediately, Biafra was redeclared. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who was a member of the committee, Lord have mercy, a member of the committee, she rose up and said, and we, the committee members, as you know, Simon Ekpa said, immediately Biafra is redeclared, we shall come up with a new structure. I want you all to know, fellow Biafrans, that we now have the outcome for the new structure, and we shall unveil it today. Going forward, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And she told us everything there. The committee were present at the convention. And it said, going forward, we are now changing the names from ministers to secretaries. There will be a change. And afterwards, they said, for some of you who may have lost your role for now, don't be dismayed, don't be worried, because there are so many job roles out there. More positions will be coming out. Millions of jobs are out there. And we all clapped. We clapped and clapped and clapped. Everybody was happy. God have mercy. We're all clapping, but some people were not clapping. Now you understand. Now you get it. Let's continue. Very, very sad.
If you go to court, you may go to jail. I'm telling you, if they say from this, if you want to call me, get your points right. Okay? Biafran people get right to cancel fundraising and put it next time. They want you maybe they more organized. You do this, everything you. Prime Minister selected you to be his finance minister. So you're working for him. You owe it to him to come up with some good ways of raising money. That's why you're finance minister. So when you come up with some kind of ingenuity that will be helpful and he adopts it, that doesn't mean that you are making that authority. No, that authority is still Prime Minister's authority. And whenever the Prime Minister is not there, the Chief of Staff will be next in that chain of command, not you. You are just a finance minister.
Hi.
Even when it comes to chain of command, you don't even come before defense. Okay?
God bless you, sir. Even when it comes to the chain of command, defense is always there. Finance is just the money boy. In most cases, the finance minister, they are, how should I put it now? They are introverts because they only deal with the computer, calculator, and paper, checking and trying to, calculate the money. That's all what they are doing. They are introverts. They lock themselves in the office from sun up to sundown, punching, the computer calculator, checking how much is in the purse, how much they've spent, balancing things out. Creating an account, balancing things out. People come for some funding. You check on how to, deal with the funding. You check on the instrumental payments, making sure everything is running smoothly. Checking the deficit, checking the surplus. Someone is asking for some fund. You are telling them to come with a proof that it has been signed, or by the prime minister, or by the cabinet, or by this. That is your job, finance minister. You don't have no business trying to take over the country, trying to run the country. In fact, what you are doing now is similar to what that man did in that zoo. What's his name again? The CBN governor. The same thing. You are in the CBN and you are trying to go into politics. That's why they are punishing him now. Jagaban being a criminal, he is punishing him now. Because money, the finance man has no business dealing with politics. What you do is you are the money boy. You are the one that carry the purse. So your own should be all about trial balance. You are balancing the account. Making sure, say, any project when they want to carry out, say the money is available. If the money is not there, then you have to come with, you break it down, an instrumental payment. You break it down, you discuss with them how to execute the project. Say, please, have your supply chain, but we cannot give you all the money immediately because right now, this is what we have. But in 3 months' time, work till this stage, we shall now give you the balance in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time. Your job should be about money. How to make sure the money is there to run the economy of Biafra. The inflow, the outflow, that's your job. The trial balance, you balance the account, that's your job. Not to come out and say, you are challenging the chief of staff. Even if you were the defense minister, I go understand. So, okay, when it comes to, danger within the nation and all those things, okay, defense is there. So perhaps a matter of security, defense is there. Okay, if you are defense minister and you are speaking this way, I may understand. So, okay. There is a mix-up in the job role because you are the defense minister, and now that Simon Ekpa is not here, now you are thinking it's for you to step in. You see, the argument will be different, but you are just a finance minister. The same way we have health minister, sport minister. Think about it. Can the sports minister come and say, I want to run or talk against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze? Can the health minister come and speak that way? Say, I now run the country. It's not done. But guess what? They have the same rights as Oge Nkere, because they are the ones running a particular ministry. So Oge Nkere should not now assume that his own role is bigger, that there is something about his role that will make him to become the prime minister or acting prime minister. Because if you say you are acting prime minister, it means you are playing the role of the prime minister in the absence of the real prime minister. You are acting. It means, yes, role play. Acting still means you are prime minister because you are doing what the prime minister is doing in his absence. So what gives you the right as a finance minister? Finance. Not even defense minister. Not even the foreign affairs minister that deals with other countries. Please, for the past 8 months or for the past 2 years, I've been dealing with some countries, with USA, with Russia, and they are, they like me more. They believe they can speak more with me than Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. So me being the foreign affairs minister, I believe I should be the one that should be the acting prime minister or the deputy prime minister, because I have that exposure to all those countries around the whole world. They like me, they work with me, and please, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, for the fact you are the chief of staff, I would say become my deputy while I play the role of the acting prime minister, because USA, they like me, China, they like me, Russia, they are down with me, even Burkina Faso, they are working with me, Mali, they are cool with me. So allow me to play that role, because if you step in, then you may delay the process. Your stepping in might mean that you have now reset the process, because they may not trust you, but they trust me. You see, even a foreign affairs minister has more role, has more say, has more stake of being a prime minister or acting prime minister than the one they call Oge Nkere, who is just the money boy. Your bloody job is to sit down and be counting the money night up till night down, sun up till sundown. That when we need some money for the different, the departments, you must make sure the money is available. That's your job. Don't get it twisted here. But that's the problem, because the only mistake, I keep saying this, the only mistake Obatobiye made was two things. Now we found out that Baltimore office was registered in the name of Oge Nkere. It means he took the money of the Biafrans, rented the Baltimore office, and put it in his name. Think about that. Think about that. And now, because we allowed the finance minister to be the one to be meeting those in the lobbies and Washington and all those things, because he was rubbing shoulders with the who is who in America. He tasted power. He sniffed power. He had a touch of power. He rubbed shoulder with power. And he felt, I can do it. I've been there. I'm the man now. That was the mistake of Simon Ekpa or the government, for allowing him to be the one to go to Washington to discuss. Because now you have allowed the money man, the one that carries the money, to be the one to go and negotiate in Washington. That's madness. That's ludicrous. It is crazy to allow the money one, the one that carries the money, to be the one to go to Washington to go and discuss. Biggest mistake we made. Because if that person is not disciplined mentally, then they will start acting like Oge Nkere is doing now. He wasn't being disciplined, so he felt, I can be king. I've been there. I know them. They know me. I've taken pictures with them. And some of them, they know that Biafrans have money. They know that. They know the oil we have. So perhaps some selfish interest has come in. Some backyard business have been, some enticement. They've enticed him, say, hey, come on, man. We love you. We want to work with you, man. You don't know what's going on. My people. So those are the two mistakes we made. Allowing this guy to be the one to pay for the Baltimore office. Today now he's claiming it as his own, but you and I know that the money used to pay for that stuff is the Biafra money. But it's in his name, so he has made claim to it. Also with the lobbyist, Elias said, oh, because this man's name is in the signature. Oh my God. Elias Garasolis, shame on you. You brought down a country to the level of one man. You said because his name is in the signature, it means he's the only one you can speak with. And today, Elias is only dealing with this man. So I'll say those three mistakes were made. Please, going forward, the financial minister should be somebody who is an introvert. Person when they talk. Person when they shy. Person when they quiet. That all they do in the morning is have their breakfast, take their coffee, go into the office, lock the shop and start punching their calculators, checking how much we have in the account, and check how the projects are going and the areas that need funding. That should be the job of a finance minister. He is the oil. the engine of the economy. He is the sine qua non to the functionality of all the departments when they need fund. Because if the sports minister wants to do something, a project, they go to finance to get the money. When the health minister wants to do something, they go to finance to get the money. So he is the engine oil. Like in your car, that engine oil, then they make the engine, they move. You know, they lubricate well, they move well. That's his job role. To make sure the money is flowing. Let's continue, I beg. Very, very sad.
People who know, if you don't know, you want to plank up the tie in Biafra, I think we will sit around and watch you. You are getting some people angry. We're just keeping quiet though, because I'm on the Igbo. And I'm the Igbo now. Give me a push. Put taking a hard work now, you're winning. I'm sorry for you. People are deceiving you. If I don't want to walk somewhere and then push you and you destroy Biafra, you cannot destroy Biafra. Let me tell you right now.
Listen.
We are in this struggle. We are keeping quiet doesn't mean that we don't know anything. What's wrong with you?
Listen.
Look at the hidden way. You're not even in your authority. And if you leave your authority, you can form our government. Who gave you the authority?
Hi.
The CRC vote for you. CRC was dissolved. You were dissolved by duly constituted Biafran Republic government in the exile cabinet.
Dr. Irobi, I'll make a video about it very, very soon. Dr. Irobi, you are a PhD holder. You are referred to as a doctor, a PhD holder based in Belgium, I believe. You were there in that cabinet where that voting took place in a bid to suspend the CRC until the return of Simon Ekpa, His Excellency. Obatobi, Akune Chamber Wakoma. Dr. Irobi, you were there. And the voting took place. It was a count of 20 to 9. 20 yea, 9 yea, nay. 20 yes, 9 no. And at the end, the yeas, they got it. Doctor, oh my God. My people, which kind of life be this one? Even a doctor, a PhD holder is acting this way, pretending. Law is law, rule of law, you must follow it. You voted. You were there, you casted your votes. And it was agreed to suspend the CRC until Obatobie returns. Which was the best judgment because they were going overboard. A conflict resolution council wants to play the role of an electoral body for election. Where is that done now? Conflict. You deal with misunderstandings. You mitigate. You solve problems. You deal with both parties. You come to a resolution to solve the issues. And sometimes you may get involved, the chief of staff, because she is higher than that role. If you are not able to solve the problem between two people, you will now have to call somebody higher, chief of staff, to step in. That's the role of the CRC, to deal with conflict resolution council, not electoral election body or whatever. No, that's not who you are. You deal with conflict. Biafrans, talk through now. Make that talk through. We are whiter than white, whiter than snow. Make that talk through now. Or is the grammar too big? Conflict. Is it a very big word? God, you guys are dreaming. Very, very shameful. I thought we have left the culture of Nigeria. I thought we've left that culture. But some of you still have that culture. That 419 culture. That criminal culture of Nigeria. Where somebody who took number 4 in an election was allowed to be number 1. In your governor, the idiot, the 419 man, Uzodema. That dirty culture. I thought this new country we are building will get rid of such, traits, attributes. But no. a conflict resolution council was called by Oge Nkere, a man who thought he was bigger than his role, an ordinary minister. He brought them back. People suspended by the cabinet, by the government. One man brought them back and told them to become an electoral body to make him acting prime minister. Oh my God. Hey, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. One man. Think about that. One man. Because he went beyond his scope. He was the one carrying the money, and you allowed him to be rubbing shoulders with the who is who in America. That was where the problem started from. He feels like, oh, I've been with those that even Simon Ekpa has not been with. I've been with the number 3 man, Mike Spence in America. Mike Spence, or he was calling this name, Mike Spence or whatever. I've been with the number 3 man in America. Simon Ekpa is still somewhere in Finland. He's a small boy. He's scared to leave Finland. Me, I've been to, Washington. I've been with the who is who. I am bigger than Simon Ekpa. I can do the job more than Simon Ekpa. That was the problem. Allowing somebody to go beyond the scope. The framework of a finance minister is to deal with money. You remain there, you do that's the role. You remain there, but when you go beyond the scope, there is a problem. You see, because now you are interfering with another department. The foreign affairs deal with such meetings to call a spade. But you allow the finance minister, the money man, the man when they carry the money. My God, the anger is too much. And now, look at him now, messing about. The money boy. The one that carries the money, he refused to give account to Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who now took the position of the deputy prime minister. He refused, he said, no, I don't respect your authority over me. You have no power over me. I will not be submissive to your authority. I will show no allegiance to your government. My boss, Simon Ekpa, he used the word boss. In a formal meeting, you are calling your prime minister, my boss, my oh my God. And you believed him. A man without the skills, the tactical know-how, the ability to run a government. It's not your acting prime minister. God, I better continue, my brother. Continue.
Okay? They were dissolved. Was it reconstituted by and when? You went and you called them because they are your calls. And they did some kind of backyard election. Exactly. Call your name and they take, hey, look, let me also warn you. You see that lobbyist? When you go to jail, he will not go to jail with you. Yeah, he's pushing you. He will rank it down. You're not trash. Oh, then don't you say mislead in the African ball. You can see us in Biafra. Amam, you have to be serious. It doesn't matter who is leading. You keep supporting with everything in you to make sure I get the Biafra. You have to destroy. That's what you are doing.
Always Yoko, Elias will not follow you. If any problem come, if there is any problem, Elias will not follow you. He is above the law. Nobody can hold him. He will say, I'm just a lobbyist. All I do is lobby. You pay me and I speak on your behalf. I lobby with those in government on your behalf. I am just an ordinary lobbyist. That's the fact. You guys should understand that. Be careful. He's pushing you now. He's making videos to lecture us. He did lecture us now. What an insult. Let's continue.
Everywhere down. You better tell the truth. Nobody's after him. Okay? We want everybody to leave. and go inside Biafra together. Stop threatening people. Biafra has a lot of people who are willing and ready to fight for Biafra. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. You can't be here making go there. People get just people like because you don't want to hear the truth. So people around and not back. You know, didn't go out on social media. And I somebody now whatever program on them. Now so I be done now I got a family don't matter. Now look at what the Biafra is saying. People who are fighting for Biafra. When you bring a guy, what the guy? Yeah, how we how do we know that the game will go to have a platform nonsense like this.
Oh.
Now I don't buy individual questions. What is happening? This is too appalling. We cannot continue like this. Whether you like it or not, the Biafra will come. But I'm telling you, desist from this. I'm not going to US here. Don't think that you are doing this thing that we're going to keep quiet. Time I hear you, I swear to God. Time I okay, no problem. Go ahead and keep doing the same thing.
Hold on there. Okay. God bless you. You've spoken well. Respect to the Biafra US veterans, men of war who took their own life into their hands to defend a foreign country that is protecting their lives as well. A favor for a favor. That's what they call it. Respect to you, my dear. You've spoken well. And to fellow Biafrans, I hope you've gotten the gospel. For those who pretend not to know all these things, all what you have to do to play it safe is follow the structure. They lay down structure. That's why in the Western world, whatever they do, they have structure. That's how a thing works. And if you are new in a government, if you are new in an organization, even in a workplace, if you are new, what will you do? They have an onboarding system, onboarding, where they onboard you. Slowly, they give you things to read. You go through this, you go through an induction where you read about the policies, the vision of the company, or the you know, all those things. That's for you to be embedded. So you will not assimilate the culture of that business, that government, that organization. Nobody will start a new job role and that same day you are doing what you want to do. No. You have to go through onboarding to onboard somebody. Induction. You go through the whole induction. It might be 2-3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. You even do some courses sometimes, some trainings. You know. You go through mentorship. Somebody will not mentor you. So you understand. That was why I was hoping that the ministers that lost their positions, they should have been the ones to mentor these new ones who are now secretaries. So for the past 2 years, I've been the minister, so I want to mentor you so you understand, how to start. So you start with the right foot and not go back and restart. Let me show you how far I've gone. I will mentor you. I was hoping that would happen. But instead, they wanted war, saga, blackmail. There must be a mentorship to mentor you so that when you are doing the job, they are watching you how you are doing it, making sure you are following the policies. When there's a tax to deal with, you are looking at the guidance. When you want to now advise or do whatever, you are looking at the framework. You are working from the framework of that organization. That's how it's done. So now that Simon Ekpa is not here with us, we must not deviate from the structure. We must not deviate from the policy. We must not deviate from the structure, from the framework, from the guidance laid down by Simon Ekpa. I saw that video and I thank God I saw the meeting where he said he has now sanctioned a 4-man team to come up with a restructured brig. They were sanctioned to carry out a task. From the day their names were read out and they were asked if they were okay with working with Dorothy. The 4-man were there. Dorothy was there. Paul, Uche, and Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. They were taxed and they said yes, they were happy working with themselves. From that day, they started the work. So whatever that date was that they had their meeting, from that day, they started the job they were doing. That was a project they embarked upon on how to restructure the government, how to restructure the cabinet. And the day they will now, release their, what they've done, present it to the people of Biafra, was a convention day. That was the day. But they pretended not to know. Hey, I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We're going back to the land. We're going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land.